Matt Emroy back again. I'm sure by now a lot of you have probably seen the test video of this camera. Now I just want to do a review of it. This is a Kodak camera, digital camera that I picked up locally at a garage sale today for $10. Which I thought was a pretty good deal for what this camera is. It's by no means modern. It's probably from around 2005, maybe 2006. The reason I actually picked it up is my dad has had a Kodak EasyShare camera since his is probably around the same age, I'm guessing about 2005, 2006. And it takes phenomenal pictures. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you some of the features of this. I guess we could call this a vintage camera by now. Looking on the front here, you see it does have a 10x optical zoom. Pull off the lens cap here. Don't think you're going to be able to read that. Actually, I'm sorry, it's up here. It's a Kodak Retina aspheric all glass lens, so that really makes a difference. Most digital cameras today are made with plastic lenses, except for the really high-end ones, so that's one reason this takes phenomenal pictures. It's 38 to 380 millimeters, and there's the 10x optical. You can also see that written on the side here. It is only a 5 megapixel camera. Again, being from around that time period, that's what you would expect. But don't be fooled, this thing takes phenomenal pictures. And I took a few pictures of my Cat LT, and I'll try to post those up with the video as well. On the back here, you can see it says Kodak EasyShare Z740. You have the standard buttons. That's an info button. Not exactly sure what that does. Probably gives you help. This is the button that turns the LCD on and off, because does have a regular viewfinder, which is also absent on most modern digital cameras. The zoom button, wide and tall. This one right here is if you had the optional dock. Now this one did not come with it, but I'm sure I won't have a lot of trouble locating them. I see them in the thrift stores at all times. The docking port is on the bottom here, and what you would do is you put it in the dock and push this button, and it would launch the Kodak proprietary photo software, which according to a good friend of mine is really excellent. I've never used it myself, but I also found that you can use this button to actually just open any photo program you want. I've heard you can even just push this button once in the dock, and you can set it to open up Picasa. That's the one that I decided to use. Here's your wheel. You have different options here, and you actually use this to scroll between them. You have video. This is, let me see, what is that one? Not sure what that is. That's like kind of like a faux panoramic mode, I think. Scenery mode. They'll let you go through all different scenes, like for the close-ups for flowers or action scenes. Next is auto, which is the one that I'll use most often because it's just much easier to use. Then you have let's see what that one is. I think that's a like a forest mode, like if you're taking a picture of multiple items. Then you have people mode there if you're taking a picture of a face. And the last one is for flowers, like if you're taking a close-up of something like a flower. Alright. Now under that, we have the delete button, menu. This gets you into the menu to basically set up almost everything. This has a lot of nice features. And the review button, Kodak calls it review. That's basically like a playback. So if you want to look at a couple of pictures you just took, or you want to look at your video, that's the button you push. Now looking up here, this is the on and off. You scroll it to the right to turn it on for regular mode, and that pops the flash up. Or you can scroll to the left, and that's something called a favorites mode. And from what I understand, what you can do is you can actually save your favorite modes into this, and that's just kind of like a shortcut to them. Got to play around with that a little bit later. That's very interesting. Over here, this button right here, this switch, just pops the flash open like that. And the last buttons on here, I believe, are for scenery modes. That top one's actually looks like it's a timer. That's switched between close-up and landscape, so like a picture of a flower or a picture of hills, meaning a distance shot. And that button turns the flash on and off. So what I'm going to do is read you some of the specs. I pulled this up on, this one's actually CNET. This is what it says about it. It's a 5 megapixel camera. It is a CCD optical sensor. That is the total amount of pixels it has. It's 5,360,000. The effective sensor resolution. Okay, so that's what it actually can use. That's the total that it has when you take a picture. The actual 5 megapixels is what it uses. Optical sensor size is 1 2/5. 10x optical zoom with a 5x digital zoom. I never use digital zoom. They're absolutely useless. It makes the picture so grainy it's not even worth taking. TTL contrast detection, that's for the autofocus. Video format is MPEG for QuickTime, and the image recording is JPEG. The QuickTime video on this is okay. You know, I'd say it's acceptable. And it's typical for the time period. It's nothing like you would get with a high definition camera today, but it's decent. If I'm doing like a quick shot of something and I have this camera with me, it's definitely good enough. And then the AV interface is composite video. Now, this is what I got with the camera. I got, of course, the camera itself. It came with this, see, they call this a lens adapter. I assume this is if you have one of the optional lenses. What happens here is you actually screw this on the front of the camera like this, and then you can put different lenses in here, but I didn't come with any extra lenses. I'll have to look on eBay and see if I can pick up any for this camera. I don't know if I'm going to bother yet. I do like the photos, but again, it is an older camera, so we'll just have to see if I deem it worthy. And the one other thing it came with was this nice camera bag. Now, I have some other bags that I would much rather use this camera for. So what I'm actually using this bag for is to store the JVC Mini DV camcorder, because it's much more suited for that. It fits in there nice and tight. Not too tight, but enough that it won't jiggle around. And the very last thing that I got with this is the AV cable. This is for just hooking up to a regular TV. See, it goes into their proprietary USB port, and they can plug it into any kind of TV and view it on the screen. Let me show you the ports on here real quick. This is actually where you would plug that cable in, is right here. This is kind of like their proprietary port. Now, I didn't get it, but there's also a USB cable that it goes from here to your computer, so you'll be able to upload the photos that way. But you know, I have one sitting around somewhere, but I didn't bother looking for it yet because all my computers have the SD card slot, so I just pull it out, the SD card, and throw it in the computer. And the only drawback to an older camera like this is it's not high SDHC capable, so I can't use a high capacity card. But at 5 megapixels, you can take about 2,000 pictures with a 2 gigabyte card. So that was definitely sufficient. Alright guys, so that's a review of my new to me anyway, Kodak EasyShare Z740. And if I can do it, I'll go ahead and post a few pictures at the end of this video so you can see what the image quality is like. Until the next video, have a blessed day, everybody.